Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to the second day's report in two test matches which were happening here. One is at the Sydney Cricket Ground which is hosting its 100th ever test match, and also in Newlands, Cape Town. The order of the day was piling runs. Australia piled up runs in Sydney, and South Africa did the same in Newlands in Cape Town. For Australia, well, there were centuries for Ricky Ponting, Michael Clarke undefeated on 251, and probably, today his eyes would be set on actually getting to a triple figure mark in Test history, and this has been never done at the Sydney Cricket Ground. So if Michael Clarke goes on to score a triple century today against India on the third day of this second Test match, and Michael Clarke would become the first player in the Test history to actually score a triple century at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Whether that is going to happen, one has to wait and watch today when the third day's play unfolds at the Sydney Cricket Ground. As far as South Africa is concerned, Kallis couldn't go on further, but yes, he definitely scored 224 runs before being out. And also, ABD Villiers had an unbeaten 160 to his name when Graham Smith did declare the innings at 580 for 4 before tea. Well, let's look at what really happened at the Sydney Cricket Ground, where Australia are in such a position of dominance that they are leading by 291 runs, and the Indian bowlers toiled hard yesterday. Absolutely no reward. There's only reward that they got was of Ricky Ponting, who went on to get to his century in very dangerous circumstances, because at 99 he was really kept quiet by Zahir Khan, but when he resumed back, Ricky Ponting actually tried to get a single, the elusive single, to get to his 40th century, and this is coming after 2 years, and Zahir Khan threw down at the stumps, but it missed the mark. Ricky Ponting was just sprawling on the ground, all dirt on his back, but well, he has done the one which has been eluding him for quite some time. And Ricky Ponting went on to make 134. That was his 40th Test century. He went on to make 134, and I said the only reward that India got was Ricky Ponting's wicket when Tendulkar took the catch of the bowling of Ishant Sharma for 134 with 14 fours. And in that partnership, it yielded 288 runs. It was a record against India in all forms of Test cricket, in Test cricket, which was a great record. And Michael Clarke just continued on in his merry way. He was absolutely superb. He had all the strokes in the book to play: the cut, the pull shot, everything in his repertoire. And Michael Clarke was timing the ball very sweetly. He was getting more time to play the spinners, play the pace bowlers. It was absolutely confidence personified, and he was undefeated on 251, 31 fours in that knock, and 1 6. As I said, today he would be keeping his eyes set on getting a triple Test century, which has never been done at the Sydney Cricket Ground. And Michael Hussey was giving him company on a very, very well compiled 55 with 7 fours and 1 6, and the Australian score read at close of play on the second day at 482 for 4 wickets. So 291 runs ahead. It is going to be an onerous task for India to actually restrict Australian lead now, because they still have some batting to come, and Michael Clarke is in the middle, Hussey is in the middle. It's not good news for India. India has to make early inroads. They have to pick up early wickets in the morning if they have to really restrict the Australians from getting onto a 400 run lead, which will put immense pressure on India, according to me. The bowling figures, no happy rating. 26-4, 106-3 for Zahir Khan, who has been most successful. Ishant Sharma, the other wicket taker, 22 overs, no maiden, 1 for 106. 18 overs, 2 maidens, none for 94 for Umesh Yadav. Ashwin, 28 overs, 4 maidens, none for 103. Sehwag bowled 14 overs, 1 maiden, none for 38. 8 overs, none for 23 for Virat Kohli. And let me tell you, the Indian bowlers toiled really hard, and also I would say it was not so easy for the Indian bowlers. They bowled short of length. There was not much of lot of good deliveries bowled. It was all short pitch bowling, short of length bowling, and the bowlers, the batsmen, Australian batsmen, really made merry, especially Ricky Ponting and Michael Clarke. Now, as far as the other match is concerned, which we are talking about, is between Sri Lanka and South Africa, where South Africa continued to pile on the runs. They declared at 580 for 4. Today, the only reward, it was a similar story as to what happened in Sydney, here in Newlands in Cape Town. The only reward that they got was Jack Kallis' wicket, who was out for a double century today. It was Scott Matthews bowled Herat for 224, 31 fours and 1 6. But after that, A.B. de Villiers took over. In fact, A.B. de Villiers was, I wouldn't say that he was very aggressive right from the beginning. He took his time, he bided his time at the crease, but was definitely keeping the scoreboard moving as he normally does. But the signs of aggression came once he reached his century, and that is what de Villiers is capable of. He rattled 50. The next 50 runs that he rattled was of just 29 deliveries. He just carted the bowlers all across the park, and well, it was probably under instructions from Graham Smith, the captain, as the declaration had to come. So A.B. de Villiers went on to make an 160 not out with 19 fours and 2 sixes. Jack Rudolph finally hit form after a long time. He was, as you know, he in the previous test he came in this whole test series he has been coming in as an opener, but Jack Rudolph was dropped to his number 6 position, but it has really paid off as Jack Rudolph collected a 50. He was not out on 50, one of 71 balls with 6 fours, as the declaration came from Graham Smith with 580 for 4. And bowling figures, no happy reading. Again, the same as what happened in Sydney. Velagadra 29 7, 107 1. Pereira 22 1, 131 none. Prasad 30 overs 2 minutes 2 for 154, the most successful there. 12 overs for 47 for Angelo Matthews. Rangana here at 42 overs 4 minutes 1 for 108. Dilshan bowled 4 overs no maiden none for 32. Sri Lanka in reply have finished at 149 for 2 at close of play on the second day of the final test match between Sri Lanka and South Africa. Tirumane and Dilshan opened. They were very watchful and they were doing well till the score reached 70. But Lairo Tirumane was castled by Mohan Morkel for 23, which was a beautiful delivery which held its line, and his off stump and his leg stump off stump was sent cartwheeling. He was gone for 23 with 4-4. But Tilakatne Dilshan impressed a lot and really hit some good form, I would say, because he played some scintillating strokes in his score of 78 of just 79 deliveries, 12 fours coming into that knock. He was playing through the line and playing with lots of aggression. Kumar Sangakkara came in and joined him, but then Tilakatne Dilshan's wicket was snapped up by Imran Tahir. So that was a very good wicket for South Africa because it was difficult to actually stop Dilshan, but Dilshan innings was stopped by Imran Tahir, as was caught by Smith of the bowling of Imran Tahir with the score on 126, and Dilshan left for 78. Finally, Sangakkara remained not out on 35 with 6 fours, and Jayawardene was not out on 7. And a huge task ahead of Sri Lanka. First, they had to clear the total of 380 to avoid a follow-on. So that's the first target. They have the two stalwarts in the middle, Sangakkara and Jayawardene, and they are the ones who have to really do something tomorrow to avoid the follow-on. So 149 for 2 currently Sri Lanka, trailing South Africa by 431 runs, 8 wickets standing. Bowling figures: Dale Steyn 12 overs 2 minutes none for 40. Philander bowled well, 10 overs 2 minutes none for 34. Morkel and Imran Tahir the wicket takers. Morkel 10 overs 2 minutes 1 for 55. Imran Tahir 7 overs 1 for 15. So that's the match situation at both the Sydney Cricket Ground and at the Newlands in Cape Town. And as I said, the first target for Sri Lanka tomorrow would be to save the follow-on. 380 would be their mark that they had to hit. So basically, if you look at it, India struggling at Sydney and Sri Lanka struggling in South Africa. That brings an end to my Cricket Happening show for today. Hope you all enjoyed my cricket show and my cricket report that I bring to you on a periodical and regular basis. But unfortunately yesterday I couldn't actually bring up my cricket report for you, dear fans, because the YouTube didn't upload. Sorry about that, but I hope you all are enjoying my cricket show. Thanks for keeping company and enjoy this cricket happening show as ever. This is your host Ram signing off today. Thank you.